Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a Christmas button-eyed doll. So, a lot has been going on. I'm pretty tired. I've been working a lot, which trying to get a little video out has been very difficult. But I wanted to show you what inspired this idea. So my artist friend Shauna sent me a LOL doll, and I happen to have a stash of LOL dolls. I have one project in the works that I'm going to be doing next year, but when I got this doll, it made me think of transforming her into a Christmas doll. So this one I've already customized. I actually had to cut out the eyes so that the button eyes would lay flat. And when I got her, she had these pink hair in the front that I curled, and I added these pom-pom ribbon around her hair. I added a green bow. I made her dress and added the pom-pom trim to the top and bottom, and then added a foam candy cane. I painted her lips pink, and then I made her little boots with just fuzzy ribbon that I wrapped around her feet, and then I trimmed out the bottom of the shoe with like the trim from here that I cut down, and then made little ribbon. I had this candy cane ribbon that I used to make her bow, like her shoelaces kind of on the top, and I also laced them through her eyes. So I know that most people, when they think about button-eye dolls, they think of Coraline, because that's been the most famous, popular series to popularize the button-eye doll. But actually, button-eye dolls have been around for centuries, and the first commercially known doll was Raggedy Ann, which was produced in 1915. So I really like how she came out. I really leaned into the her pink ringlets. Well, they weren't ringlets, but I made them ringlets, and added pink where I could to kind of tie it all in, and made sure to find fabric I had that had some pink in it, and I really love how she turned out. So I shared all that because I'm going to be doing a smaller version of my candy button-eye doll. One more thing I wanted to show my artist friend who sent me this lovely doll for me to customize is she is an amazing artist. This is my Halloween, one of the coolest Halloween mugs I have. And each of these pictures are Beetlejuice portraits that she made individually, and then used sublimation to make a collage of all of her Beetlejuice series paintings. And I love this cup. I've broken it, but I'm never going to get rid of it. So I've glued it back on a couple times, but that's okay. But I just wanted to show you just how talented she is, and I will link her Etsy shop below. And I think that's all. I want to go ahead and jump right in. So for this LOL doll, I've already done some prep work. This LOL doll has a very cute little faux hawk, and I added these swirly pom-poms to the side using air dry clay, and let that set. Also, the small LOL dolls have like a hole in her mouth because they're more like little babies, I guess. So I filled that in, redefined her lips, and then made her have a cute smile with teeth. And then her feet, these were actually painted on socks So I leaned into that and I made them into cute little red boots. So I dipped these in red paint. Like I had a container that I put red paint and I dipped it in, let that dry, and then added a coat of gloss Mod Podge to make them really shiny. I've also pre-made her Christmas button eyes, and I had a stash of these buttons that I got from Dollar Tree when Dollar Tree was still $1. Most, like the little Christmas tree I got here, the ribbon, this is like a, I guess these would be like little studs ribbon I got from Dollar Tree that I've cut out these little tiny pieces to make ornaments for her hair. But to get back to her button eyes, I hand painted these a lime green, and then I went around it, painted them white, and then outlined the red stripes so they would be candy cane around her eye, just like I did with this doll. And I have the candy cane ribbon that I'm going to thread through her eyes, well, through the buttons. But the first thing I'm going to do is I have to cut out the eyes. So that's going to be a little creepy because there is like, it's domed a bit, and so when I try to put the eyes on, it kind of shows the original eye under, and I don't want that to show. Maybe if I, nah. So I'm going to be cutting those out so that these will lay flat on her eyes. This is the doll base I'm going to be using, or the holder, which used to be the lid of a candle, and it was wooden, and I painted that white because I'm going to be adding these little balls of snow to the base and also to her hair. And then I will have the Christmas tree behind her and this very cute gingerbread man right here standing next to her. So yeah, so there's quite a few things going on, so I can't wait to decorate. And I have her dress. This is a pattern I made in the past, and I'm just going to be cutting this out because she's going to have a beautiful red dress. So the first thing I want to do is, this gingerbread has its, you know, traditional dots and the swirlies here, but they're not showing up. So I'm going to use this white puffy paint to have that stick out more. So I'm going to do a dot there, a dot there. Then I want to do the little squigglies. Just to give it more of a, give it more depth. And I haven't decided if I'm going to add more definition to the eyes, maybe, but I haven't decided, so I'm going to let that set to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and thread in her candy cane Christmas eyes. And for the tip of this, I added glue to make it firm so that it won't be hard to get through. Like, it'll go through pretty easily. So just crossing it like that. I'm gonna thread through the other side, and it's going to complete her Christmas button eyes. And there's one. And then I'm just going to tie it off in the back. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing with the other eye. And it looks real cute. So how is your month going for Christmas. I can't believe that the year is almost over. That's really crazy to me. But I am looking forward to this year kind of being done. I'm looking forward to a new year. I definitely have projects that I hopefully will get to. Next year's focus is going to be all about finishing projects. Because I tend to have too many ideas and then they end up just sitting there because I have too many ideas. So I've picked projects that I'm going to work on. So this one I did glue, but I'm having a little bit of struggle getting it through. So, okay, I'm going to work on that in a little bit. So in the meantime, I want to go ahead and paint her hair green. Because her hair is going to be like, it's going to represent a beautiful Christmas tree. Okay, we got our hair green, which I know is going to need another coat, but I'm really loving her hair. It's going to be super cute because we're going to decorate it. Her Christmas tree hair. So I'm going to set her aside so her hair can dry a bit, and while that's drying a bit, all right, we got to cut out her very pretty red dress. And there is her red dress. I haven't decided. I want to see if maybe I'll add trim to the bottom of her dress. I'm not sure. I just know I wanted her dress to be red. So I'm going to let things dry a bit, finish the eye, decide if I'm going to add to the eyes, if I'm going to add some more detail, and then I will be back. All right, so we are back, and as you can see, I've cut her eyes out so they are temporarily creepy. I'm going to be putting her eyes in, which may remain creepy to some, but I think they are very cute. I did go ahead and add the puffy paint eyes and mouth to the gingerbread man. And I had time to think about her dress, and I lined the bottom and top with the candy cane ribbon, and then I added this gold ribbon over the dress because she's going to have some gold tinsel in her hair for her Christmas hair, and I thought that would like bring it all together. Plus she's probably going to look like a kind of like a walking ornament, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and put her Christmas button eyes in. I'm going to use some super glue to make sure they'll stay. And of course, my super glue is having a hard time coming out because it always does. All right, there we go. So I'm just putting some kind of the outside in. I don't want it to come out too much because, you know, if super glue dries it, I don't know. It doesn't dry clear, it dries weird. If you know, you know. So there's her first Christmas eye. And by cutting out her original eyes, it's allowing her new button eyes to stay, you know, flat, which is what I want. And I am going to be adding her to my Christmas decor that I have going on. And I will show you a little video at the end showing where I place her and where I put the other doll, because she's already in her place. And because they stick out so much, it almost looks like sunglasses, but they're not. But maybe, you know, you could turn them into some cute, like, sunglasses, maybe. And I'm just holding them down. And there are her eyes. And those are my dogs out there arguing. Now I'm going to get to go ahead and put her little dress on. This will be the first time I see how it looks on, which looks very cute. And then I'm going to glue the dress shut. And normally I would use Fabri-Tac, but I don't know. It's so goopy and weird sometimes. And Fabri-Tac is a little bit less messy. Sorry, I'm off screen. Just had to put the top back on the glue. So this is how she's looking. I think that looks really cute. She looks very festive, which is exactly what I wanted. Got this hanging, and I will be, you know, adding trim. I'll be adding more of the gold trim to the back so that it doesn't look, you know, blank. I just didn't know how much was going to close off, so I will fix that offline, even though you won't see it. Like when she's placed, you won't even see it, but I still like to make sure that I make it look, you know, finish in the front and back. And right after I go ahead and glue this down, if it will go down, so I'll just hold that for a minute, I'm going to add the gold tinsel to her hair. And I'm going to use super glue for this because it's wiring and there's no way regular glue is going to just immediately stick. I need it to immediately stick. So there's her little Christmassy dress. And I already got the hot glue hot. So I'm just going to put a dab here. And then hold for a minute till it stays. Okay. And then I'm going to start to wrap around where I sculpted the spiral. So for here, I'm going to put a dab of glue here in the middle. I wish I was a more elegant gluer. I swear, it's like it never goes on quite how it feels in my mind. And then I need to push that down. So I'm going to add glue right here in the center. And just kind of hold it. I am going to be putting decorations, so wherever I have like little mishaps with the glue gun, I can kind of nicely cover it up. Okay, so we are on the final steps. I added the gold in the back. As you can see, I have added Mod Podge to her hair and the snowballs, and I placed them on her doll stand, the tree, the gingerbread, and her. So now the last step is adding the snowballs like I did in her hair to the base. So it looks like she's just standing in all this snow. All right, so there she is. I don't have a name for her yet, but maybe it'll come to me. But yeah, that's my Christmas button eye doll, and I'm going to be putting her in her special place. And if you've made it this far, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm hoping to put out one more Christmas video. No promises, but I'm definitely going to try. It's been a pretty busy month, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.